Hey, Diane. Can you hear me? I don't hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me? Let's see. Say something now.
Okay.
Hey, we're on.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm good too. How are you?
Great.
Kristen wants to say hi.
Hey, Kristen.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey. Hi.
Margaret.
Hi, Amy.
So Kristen was one of my former students.
Oh, that's
Mom
great.
Diane. And then Brenda Jones down here was administrator and special
Hey
ed.
guys.
Hey.
And,
How are you?
Margaret with the headphones is on our communications committee on the Arc of Katy and does a million other things too.
Cool.
So, yeah, fun. Let's see, Randy Sosa, or this is probably Joe Sosa joining us.
Oh, that's great.
So Brenda, you're in your new house.
We made it.
Good, and look at there, there's Emily Head.
Well, hey.
See, Emily
Hello.
is connecting to the audio. She can't hear us yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we got moved in, but we're the only people on this block right now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I see you, Emily. Can you hear us?
Hi there.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Let's see Ann Davis now.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ann.
Hello.
How are you?
Joe Sosa. You're muted, Joe. You got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can hear the.
Yeah. We got Joe. Is that your COVID beard, Joe?
Well, I took a nap in February, and when I woke up, I was like Rip Van Winkle.
That's too cute. That's really cute.
Great.
Wow.
The only time it bothers me is when I have to put on my helmet and I snap in the helmet and it gets stuck in my beard.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She said the other day she saw some birds in there.
Oh,
Oh my God.
let me get.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So I think also joining us today possibly is Patty Hansen, Austin Hansen's grandmother. And so I did talk to Austin's mom on Facebook, and she was sending Austin to Patty's house to help Patty get on
Oh, very
the
cool.
Zoom. So,
Very cool.
And that's the way it goes. The kids
I
help
know.
us out.
so we'll hope that it gets on there. And that they get on. So anyway, it's good to see everybody. That's great. So, and I think we're still also waiting for possibly Gracie, who is a young, recent graduate of Taylor High School. Oh, there's Miss Patty. Yay. So anyway, Gracie is, if she gets on, she's a young Taylor High graduate that's helping us do some video stuff for our communications committee and for our 30th birthday stuff. So anyway, can you hear us, Patty?
Yes.
Good.
I've never done this, so
You're
you
a
gotta
Zoomer now. That's great. That's good. So we'll see if hopefully Gracie joins us. I think this may be it. I also asked Eva Diaz, who is a parent of one of our day program people, but she was on the list, and that you sent, that you had as a founder, Eva Diaz and Robin Pantermule, but I never heard back from them, so I don't know if they're joining. But anyway, also on the list was Judy Lupo, who was a speech teacher in the district for a
Right.
long time,
Right.
but I didn't know how to get a hold of her. So,
Judy passed away.
oh, did she?
Judy
Oh,
passed away. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know that. But
Yeah.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, but wow. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be it for our founders. There were certainly some other ones too, but I think, like Megan Kreitz's mom, and there's some people that I just didn't know how to get a hold of. So I didn't, but Ann Davis had kept the list. So we had the original membership forms for all of the charter members, which was really cool. So that was great. So that's how we got you.
It's very cool.
So anyway, so what I wanted to do, I guess, to start with, let me make sure, I wanted to make, oh, I am recording, good. I wanted to make sure I was recording this. Okay. And what I wanted to do was just let you go around, and I guess I'll call on each one of you, but I just wanted you to kind of introduce yourself. I don't know if everybody remembers everybody, but and just tell me, tell us where you were 30 years ago and why were you involved with the beginnings of the Arc of Katy. What do you remember about that? So Diane, you're in the top left corner of my screen, so I'm going to start with you, Diane.
30 years ago, I was teaching third grade at Williamsburg Settlement, and Kristen, my daughter, was a student at Katy High School. So that's where we were.
Yeah. So, so why did you think it was, you were one of the founding members, so do you remember starting?
Well, I remember going to a meeting with Bill House and Robin Pottermel.
Yeah.
And Joseph Sosa. And that's kind of when I became involved. Kristen was enjoying the dances at the annex at Katy High School. And then they moved on to June Wethridge, had the dances over at her clubhouse. And then Miss Gruner and Miss Wethridge got us involved in bowling. And then we moved to the dances at Williamsburg Settlement, where I lived.
Right. And you were instrumental in those because that was in your
We did that
clubhouse.
for about 9 years until I moved. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was lots of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So good.
So that's my beginnings with Arc of Katy and
That's
Arc.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So, and Kristen still does come to the dances, right? Does she still
She has not been participating
Oh, okay.
in the dances for quite a few years. Our lives just got real involved with her working and us having grandchildren. So that kind of got put to the side for a while. So she has been furloughed for 90 days now from her job, and she's on another 90-day furlough right now.
Okay. So interesting. Kristen was what company is the company she works for?
She, Ms. Johnstone, got her a job at ERM Southwest, and she was in her 28th year there.
I mean, that's amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. Full time, and she was working in its city center. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's so great. That's good.
It's been a blessing, sure.
Yeah, I'm proud of Kristen for sure. Okay, so Brenda, you're next that I see. So tell us what you were doing 30 years ago and how did you get started in the ARC and all that? Or how did you start?
I was in special education. I was a supervisor at that time of what they called self-contained programs for elementary. And so, I think the need came out because Katy was growing, that community was growing, and we needed some kind of support there. And, it's been a long time. I was telling Amy, I said, I hope I can remember anything because it's been a long time. But I do I was trying to think back, and I do remember that as Katy grew, our special needs community was growing too, and our adult population was exiting schools at that time, so there were some needs coming up, and I think that's how we all got involved. So
yeah. So thanks, Brenda.
mhm.
So Margaret, you're next on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and have you say something too. So no, go ahead. Just one little blurb. You're muted though, but just tell us who you are and why you're here. Yeah.
Well, I'm not a founder, so I'm looking up to all of you who put in all of the sweat equity and the great ideas and all of those things to get this wonderful organization started. And, you know, I've just been pleased to be part of the board and to be a supporting, a support for our ongoing program and growth. But it's just wonderful to have all of you here because you guys are the ones that got this started 30 years ago. Can you imagine that this just started with a dream that you all had, I think, and an idea and some ideas 30 years ago. So I'm glad to get to listen in and help Amy out here today.
All right, thanks, Margaret. So Emily, you're next on my screen here.
Well, hi everybody.
Hey,
I'm in Pensacola now,
Oh, wow.
so I'm from afar. But I remember those days pretty well. I don't know where we had the first meeting. I tend to want to think it was still at Kilpatrick, but I don't know. That's where Amy and I met each other, was at Kilpatrick, and in those days, and that was fun. But I don't remember where we had our first meeting.
Yeah.
Those of us that
Yeah.
go so far back.
Right.
But I remember that there was a need because of the parents, and there was just a need for people who had children who had disabilities. The parents needed other parents, and you know, they needed to know about people who were going through the same thing that they were. You know, the stress and the strain and the interaction with the school, and it was a great communication device because we got to know each other at a different level than just the ARD meetings. We would get together and we'd talk about all of our different disabilities or that we had, and what we were doing at the time. It was just a wonderful group of people, and I'm so glad that it lasted for the 30 years that it has lasted. Are y'all part of the national organization?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if we got affiliated with them at the start or what happened in that.
Yeah, and in fact, I would tell you that one of the things that's helping out is being part of the Texas organization and the national organization is that during this time where we're trying to figure out what to do with COVID-19.
Oh, wow.
Right. And how do we continue to support our families? We're sharing learnings and lessons with one another. And so that's helpful. It's actually, we're very independent, but it's very helpful to be part of that bigger organization because you can learn from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's so good to see these faces that I haven't seen in a while. I'm just loving this. So
I know.
So I'm going to skip down to Ann Davis because I know she only has a short period of time to be on here with us because Scott, her nephew, has a Zoom meeting coming up with Brookwood, I think, in a little bit. So go ahead, Ann. Ann was our first president and was president some other times too during the years. So go ahead, Ann.
Am I mute? Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good.
perfect.
All right. I took some notes. As I remember, we had the first meeting where the state president, Janet Jordan or someone like that, came down, and the special education, you, Amy, and Helen Gilbert and so forth, set it up, and we met at the Outdoor Learning Center that first time.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's correct. And that was just an information meeting. then we met at a church after that to truly organize. And I think it was that church out on Martin Road.
In
There.
what? Holy Covenant Methodist.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. And one, as we were, of course, at first you had to get your charter and everything. And yes, we were immediately associated with the Arc of Texas and the Arc of the United States, because that's how you sort of automatically get your tax exempt status. So you can become that's taken care of you, and it saved a lot of time. As I remember, the only problem we had at first getting our charter was Fort Bend County had a pretty powerful organization. We wanted ours to be the Katy School District boundaries, but they were gracious, and we got that worked out real fast with no problems. And the activities I remember at first, of course, were the dances. And then I remember early on, and Patty Hansen rode this float, we had a float in the Katy FFA parade, and we did get some award for that. I don't remember what. But if I'm correct, on the float, we had something written like, in Texas, everybody is somebody, and then everybody is somebody in Texas, or something like that. So I think from the very beginning, we knew the importance of being accepted as members of the community and viable. And then, do you remember that those first couple of years, we did Special Olympics and had a track team?
Yeah.
I remember going down to one meet at Rice University. And then there was one at Katy sponsored by someone. And there were 3 teams there. We were there, Brookwood was there, and someone else. But that was exciting at the time because we didn't have anything else going on in Katy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Great friendships were built over the years. And I'm just grateful it survived. Scott was, I guess, in Amy's class at that time. I don't remember that well, but he was going to Katy. And he's my nephew. And that's why I joined, because we could see that in the future he would need something else.
Yep. Yeah. So Ann was instrumental too, along with other people that helped. 15 years later, after the start, we started a day program for adults, and Ann was there with that too.
Yeah, that was nearly like a dream come true. There were a lot of people that helped fight that. We had Cheryl Crozier, Georgia Gates. Since Margaret's here, I'll say I want to mention this, that Scott was volunteering at KCM then, and I saw Cheryl